Hey everyone, welcome back to Natalie's Life. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup look and I'm going to be showing you a somewhat natural makeup look with a little bit of pop. So make sure you subscribe to my channel before we get started. And if you're already subscribed, great! And let's get started. Before we start this makeup look, I want to mention all of the products that I'm going to be using today. So first I'm going to be using Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer by IT, Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer in the shade 0.5 Breeze by Clinique, Too Faced Sweetheart's Perfect Flush Blush in Sparkling Bellini, Lid Primer in the shade Light by Smashbox, Smashbox Cover Shot Ablaze Eye Palette with the colors Relaxed, Moccasin, Siesta, Nirvana, Delirious, Torch, Throwback, and Dark Horse. The Original Beauty Blender, Big Very Black Great Lash by Maybelline, Number 227 Flawless Brush by IT Brushes for Ulta, Number 227 Flawless Brush by IT Brushes for Ulta, Sculpting Brush by Real Techniques, Brush number 100 by MAC, Brush number 217 by MAC, Rounded Shadow Brush by Avon. So those are all of the products that I'm going to be using, so let's get started. I'm going to just take this concealer and put 3 dots right under my eyes. And gently dab it in with my finger. Then I will be taking the Original Beauty Blender and just dabbing right under my eyes to just blend this concealer in even more. And this would be the time to put concealer on any problem areas that you have. Now I will be taking my Clinique foundation. I just take it out of the bottle, dab it with my finger, and then I just rub it in. And keep in mind, this doesn't have to be perfect because we will be blending this with a brush here in just a minute. I'm going to take my 227 Flawless Brush by IT Brushes for Ulta. Blending this down. Make sure there isn't a line. That is very important. And then once your hairline is blended, we will take our Beauty Blender and just start blending all around the face. Then I'm going to take my blush that I mentioned earlier with my Sculpting Brush by Real Techniques and put on some blush. I just swish it a little bit, dab it to get all that excess off, and then I usually place it right here in this area. I like it to be pretty heavy before I blend it with the Beauty Blender. And then I do the same exact thing on the other side, and I kind of do this very soft back and forth motion. Then we are going to blend it out with this amazing beauty blender, starting with the back. And just dabbing all over, and then switching to the front side and dabbing. Then we do the same thing on the other side. So we start with the back and then we flip it over to the front. Dab, dab, dab. Then we take the front of our beauty blender and we start moving our beauty blender in an upward motion. After that, you can dab with either side, just making sure that this is all blended. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our lid primer by Smashbox and apply it directly to our eyelids to prep them for a natural eyeshadow look. So I'm just going to pop this right on my eyelid. There's no specific way, just make sure it's all blended to the very top, and then we do the same exact thing on the other eye. Now we're going to take our Smashbox Cover Shot Ablaze palette and start with the color Relaxed. In my previous makeup video, I used the color Relaxed as a blending color, which you can always do. But today we are going to also use this color as a blending color, but it is going to go directly on the bottom of our lid. I'm going to take a little bit of this white color titled Relaxed. Make sure to tap off the excess, that is very important, and apply it directly to our lid. Now keep in mind, we are looking for a natural makeup look. So we're not looking for something bold or that has a lot of color, just something that gives a little pop. And the brush that I'm using is by Avon, the rounded shadow brush. We will do the same thing to the other side. I'm just kind of going in a dabbing motion. This doesn't have to be perfect. Now that just kind of prepped our eyes even more for this other color. If you prefer a more matte look, I would skip this next step and just go to the darker color that will be starting right in this area. And if you do like a little bit more sparkle, then stay for this next color because you will love it. We are going to take a little bit of the color Siesta, and I mean a little bit. So when I mean little, I mean just like that. That's good. For this color, a little goes a long way. Really, for this palette, we are going to start right in the middle of our eye and just start dabbing this color and going all over our lid. You can make this as light or as heavy as you want to. I just did the same exact thing to the other side. I'm actually going to do one more dab of color. I just finished that extra dab of color on my left eye, so now it is time to move on to this part of the eye where we will be blending in color. So the colors that I'm going to be using are Nirvana and Dark Horse. So I'm actually going to be mixing the two. So how I do that is I just dab twice for the Nirvana color, dab once for the Dark Horse color. You can always add more later, but if it's too dark, you cannot go back. Let's take off that excess, and we're going to place this color just make a swishing motion. If you prefer the circles, that's fine too, but for this makeup look, I prefer the swish. And then we'll do the same thing to the other side. So take 2 dabs of the Nirvana 1 dab of the Dark Horse, tap off the excess, place and blend. Now I'm just taking a little more of that Dark Horse and putting it right in between my lid and the blending line. So I'm placing it right here and I'm not swishing or anything. I'm just getting that color in that crease and then blending it over. And then what I like to do is take the excess from the brush and blend just like this above the eye. And I do this with my eyes open so I can see exactly where this is being blended. After cleaning off my Avon brush, I'm going to use the color Relaxed to go in this upper area right here. So I'm just going to take 2 dabs of that, get off all of the excess. So I'm just taking more of the color Relaxed and putting a little bit below my eyebrows with my finger. It's time for mascara. Gently put it on my lashes and try not to get it on my eyeshadow, which sometimes can be a challenge. I'm taking some leftover mascara and putting it on my lower lashes. When I say leftover mascara, what I mean is mascara that is just about to run out. Lastly, I'm going to take some Aquaphor and put that on my lips. So the great thing about Aquaphor is 1, it helps with dry lips, 2, it keeps them moisturized, and 3, it has a little bit of a gloss to it, so you could use that as a lip gloss, which that is what I'm going to do today. You can put as little or however much you like. And then what I like to do, just to make sure everything is blended, I just go around and just dab just about everywhere but my eyelids. And there we have it. We have completed our somewhat natural makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!